Hey bar bloody gum, it's Yorkshire bloody news right here for Yorkshire folk and Yorkshire folk only. So, funny enough, I was talking about old elderly people in sheltered housing. The people have been complaining that old people are living in a life of luxury, having private paddling pools in their own homes. Disgusting, don't you think? We've got our top ace reporter. Someone we just found it straight, right? Just to report on one of the accommodations, right? So here it is.
Hello everybody, I might have a typical sheltered house accommodation for elderly people, but this is a quite interesting topic because when you expect elderly people to use a wet room, I think the theory at this place is quite interesting. Yeah, you might have noticed a lot of wet towels and stuff because let's have a look at how a wet room works at this premises. Right, obviously we're coming into the lovely wet room itself. Obviously it's a typical one where the plug hole doesn't work because it's full of concrete for elderly people. So obviously the floor is that proper level that it's leveled the opposite way. So when the water runs, it will come out here and come out onto the main landing to affect everybody else as well. So this is how good it is, yeah. So it's like a bit of a paddling pool here. You know, you get your own private swimming pool. This lovely luxury sheltered houses, housing for our elderly people. I always thought it might be a slip hazard, but they're making out it's a bit of a luxury for having a private paddling pool. But yeah, so quite interesting, isn't it? It is, everyone. Now, not even that, you get the feature that if you have a shower, that most of the contents will end up in here. Now, the premises did have a carpet, but that's gone now, hasn't it, everyone? And yes, it will leak in here a little bit as well. But great, isn't it? Knowing when you put your elderly loved ones in sheltered housing accommodations, that they will get a proper shower for them to have a nice luxury accident. Yes. So yeah, great level system of a wet room here. So they've been leveled to go into the drain. It comes away from the drain, straight outside. Good. We all love our brilliant workmanship of this, how it works.
The news. So A by egg, by gum, as I would say, that the squirrels are trying to take over by not fighting against each other. Now they want to take on the human race as well. So we're moving on to our next news report.
In one community in Queens, some people are afraid to walk outside. It's not because of a rise in crime or a spike in COVID cases. It's because of squirrels, of all things, that are attacking residents. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson has the story from Regal Park.
It was so fast, and he had his claws out. He hung on there. It's not like he was jumping and jumping away. He was there.
Here is Super Squirrel in action, believed to be the same critter.
And it just basically runs up my leg, and I'm like, okay, Squirrel, hello, what are you doing?
That attacked Micheline Frederick.
He either bit me or scratched me on my neck, and then I must have reached over or do something, and next thing I know, it's an MMA cage match, and I'm losing.
The biting and clawing, her hands were covered with blood, black and blue. As a precaution, she got a rabies shot. That was December 21st here in Regal Park. Micheline warned her neighbor. Then the squirrel pounced on Leisha's back as she walked into her home.
I tried to shake it off, but I can't. The squirrel has claws.
cling onto your winter jacket. There's no way you can shake it off.
At least 3 other people here on 65th Road and Drive have had similar encounters with either a single rogue squirrel or a pack.
She sped up, it sped up. She crossed the street, it crossed the street.
They've reached out to the city for help, but were told to hire their own licensed trapper, which they did, and hence these. But so far, nothing.
Worried for the children. That's what most people are concerned about. It's the kids.
People living here are very concerned. They tell me in each case, this squirrel or squirrels are the aggressors. People aren't feeding them. They're not chasing them. They're simply minding their own business.
When we have to leave the house, we have to carry Mom's homemade pepper spray to make sure. Because if the squirrel comes at us, then we spray it.
Not one single squirrel sighting while we were here, but they're known to be crafty. May have been laying low for now.
Bloody squirrels anyhow. We'll get back to the bathroom story because there's a little bit bloody more we ended up filming and all. So there it is, folk. Here it is.
Yes, so as you can see, there's water, it's meant to go down there. Imagine when you used to go to old swimming pools, isn't it? We used to have to step in a pool so you get that stuff to clean your feet, you know, but it reminds me of this. So yeah, obviously I've ripped the carpets over these premises, and but yeah, I just found out how the water works, you know. Now it's a strange thing, why would a shower have wet poured concrete down it? Very suspicious, don't you think? I find it a bit suspicious. Anyhow, we'll get back and I'll have to mop this bugger up now, everyone.
Totally bloody shocking that, the bloody terrible news, mostly the most important news. Back to bloody squirrels, that's what the bloody story should be about. A little bit bloody more of them.
They aren't exactly known for being vicious. In fact, in parks around the country, some people like to feed squirrels from their hands. But experts say they can be dangerous and go on the attack without warning.
Who'd ever think those adorable little squirrels people feed in the park can be dangerous? Watch as this squirrel pounces on a cop after wreaking havoc at a home in upstate New York.
At least 3 people attacked by a squirrel at a senior center.
Another incident happened at this retirement home in Orlando.
We had a squirrel that entered our building, and it's in our activity room, and it's jumping on people and biting them and scratching them.
This squirrel got into a grocery store and wasn't happy when his meal was interrupted. This one crawls up a woman's leg. This new young mom was carrying her toddler when she was suddenly attacked and bitten by a squirrel in a parking lot in California.
The pain was severe, but I was more concerned about my baby.
The squirrel kept chasing her around until a guy comes in and kicks it away.
They're intelligent.
Wildlife expert Barbara Bellens-Picone says feeding these animals creates a potentially serious situation. The squirrel thinks you have food.
She thinks I have food, and she's actually habituated to people feeding her. But this is dangerous because
if you don't have food, she could react in a totally aggressive way.
Jump on me right now.
In New York's Central Park, we found plenty of people handing out food, getting up close to squirrels who have lost their natural fear of humans.
Seen some aggressive ones, but the most of them are really nice.
Kids, you guys should know this. Don't feed the squirrels.
The good news is squirrels don't carry rabies, so if you are bitten, experts say just treat it like a minor wound and make sure to wash the area with soap and water.
Bye, have a great time.